Hey guys, we are back at it with another video. We are going to test something that I previously tested before, but I made an adjustment, right? This is a channel where we allow the creative juices to be juiced, okay? So I'm going to make a little variation to a moving double street that I did before. I'll have the link in the description below if you want to see the original. Today's video is going to be very exciting. So we're going to have an entry point. We're going to remove some. We're going to have some good coverage with this one. And I just want to, before we jump into it, just want to show you something real quick. So I did another analysis. Why would I do that? That's because I want to see behaviors. I want to see some average patterns to what I want to run as far as bets. And that's going to allow me to figure out a proper progression based on those results. And I understand, guys, I do understand there's outliers, and as many of you guys bring it up. I've done one previously on dozens, and yes, dozens could streak for a long time, right? The idea behind this right here, so let's go over the stats real quick. So I ran 3,000 real life spend data, and what I show is the max gap that a double street has missed. We're talking about just the normal double streets, not every single one, but the ones that are not overlapping, right? The max that it has missed without hitting is 30. That being said, the average max, meaning that's the longest that double street went without hitting, the average is 26. Okay, now this is not a super long progression that I built for this. Instead, I figured out what the average gap was before any given double street is going to hit, and that came out just under 6. Just under 6 spins before a double street hit. That being known, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build the progression according to these stats, okay? So let's jump into it and I'll explain as we go. I'm going to keep track of the highs and lows. We're going to grade this towards the end of the video. That way you're going to figure out, hey, is this for me? Can I make this better? And you guys could choose if you want to use it or not. So let's go ahead and we're going to use dollar units for our placements. We're going to look at the board. We got a 34-35. That's in that same double street. We got 13. We're going to go back 5. Right, then we got 13-1, so the 7-10 double street, and this 26-20, not 26, excuse me, 25-28 double street has not came up in over 5 spins. Okay, so first bet we have 2. Sometimes it might be 1, sometimes it might be none, but you're gonna look for 5, at least 5 consecutive misses before you enter this progression. All right, spin number 1. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. All right, and we start off with a loss, and we have 10 levels of progression, and we're going to have cycles on this. Okay, so first one, we double up. Now we got $2 on each of those double streets. This is spin number 2. And we got another loss. 2 black comes up. That's not covered. So we are going to repeat, and we're going to add a unit. 1 to each bet. And we got another loss. From here, we're going to go up 1 more unit. We have a max level of 10 progressions, right? The progression max is 10 levels, and then we're going to change bets. All right, so we got another loss. While we have those bets on, we do want to keep track of the board, because if another one pops up, so 22 hit, that one just hit. 17, 2 was recent. Now it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We only got 4. Let's spin again for that 31-34 double street. See what we get here. We're currently minus 20. And we get a 25 red, so we got a hit right there. All right, so we're going to repeat the bet. We're going to peel that one off. And now if you look at the board, we got 25, 22, 17, 2, 0. So this one has not popped up for that 5 misses. So that's going to be an entry point for that double street. Now this other one missed, so that one goes up a level. We're just going up by 1 unit, but we are going to max it out according to the averages. We're going to max it out at 10 levels. Okay, so let's spin again and see what we get here. And 12 red comes in, and that one finally hit. And you could see that put us into a new session profit of $20. So we are going to repeat the bet. We're going to peel that one that just hit. We're going to peel that off. And we got, see, this app gets squirrely sometimes. This should be 2 units, right? It's 2 units, but it says the bet's 4. I just want to scan the board real quick one more time. So 12 hit, 25 hit, 22, 17. So it's pretty much been going everywhere. The next one I'm eyeballing is that 1-4 double street. You can see it's missed 4 consecutive. If it misses again, we'll start a bet right there. I did choose to use double streets. I feel like this is fairly easy to track. And that one just hit, so we can't cover that one. But we're going to repeat the bet. We're going to go up 1 unit on this double street. That still hasn't hit, so it's overdue. And scan the board real quick. Still relatively spread out. We're going to spin again, see what we get here. All right, there's another loss. Let's look over the last 5 spins. We got 16, 5, 12, 25, that 19, 22, 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and level up one more here. But I'm eyeballing. If we get another miss on that 19, 22 double street, I'm going to start a bet progression there. All right, spin number 10. We're at $15 in profit. And this is going to be a grinded out style play. But again, this is why we test before we invest to see if this idea works out. All right, we got a loss. This one goes up. Now we got 5 consecutive losses on the 1922 double street. So I'm going to throw that one in. All right, so we go ahead and spin again. All right, we get a 15 black. 15 black is a miss on both. So both will go up 1 unit. We're already at a $6 bet there on that last double street. So let's see if that comes up soon. Again, we have a max of 10 levels for that one, giving it 10 chances to win. All right, 13 black comes up. So we got, that one's hot. 9. So we're going to go ahead and increase our bet. That one goes $7. This goes up to $3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That first double street. Actually, this one, we could place a bet on the 710 double street because that has not came up for a while. So let's start that betting progression. Total bet's $11. They're all going to be offset, right? They all have different starting points depending on that virtual miss. So if you get 5 consecutive misses on a double street, that's when we start the progression. All right, so we got a hit right there. Beautiful. $7 coming back. Let's peel that one off. And the other 2 go up 1 unit. And let's see, we got, all right, we got more than 5 on that first double street. So let's start one right there. $11 total bet. All right, that one hit right away. So we're going to peel that one off. The other 2 go up 1 level. We're already at a $9 total bet on that last double street. Let me see if there's anything else that's been missing for a while. 25, 28. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite yet. Let's go ahead and give this a spin, see what we get here. We're at spin 15. All right, 29 black comes in. And that's another loss for both of those bets. So we're going up $10 here. And then this one's going to go up to 4. And 13, 16, we're not quite there yet on that double street. But it does, no, okay, we're not there on that 22, 19 either. So let's go ahead and spin again, see what we get here. And 16 red comes up. 16 red's another miss. Repeat the bet. And we're going up 5 there. And right here, we were at 10. So right here, this is what I added for a safety measure, knowing the stats. So it's unlikely for this one to hit. You might get stuck chasing wins, right? Or chasing losses, excuse me. Chasing losses. So instead, I think it's best we just drop this one back to 1 and restart, okay? Now let's see what else is missing, has been missing for a while. We got 23, 13, not quite there on that one either. Okay, so these are our 2 bets. So we are temporarily down minus 27. And 10 black comes up. 10 black is a hit. Repeat the bet. We're going to peel that one off. Add a unit over here. And look at the board. See what's been longest to hit. 13. No, that just hit. 19, 22. Okay, so we could put a bet in on the 22 double streak. All right. Spin again. Again, this was built for protection, right? Bankroll protection. It is a grinded out style of play. But let's see if we could come up in some profit using this strategy. Okay, so that one hit. Both double streets missed, so they're going to increase. And it looks like we are at the threshold of this 1 and 4 double streak to miss. So we're going to go ahead and add in that bet. And we get 8 black. 8 black is a miss, so the bets go up 1 unit. And 26 black comes in, and that's a miss. Repeat the bet. Up 1 unit. And 7, 10. That's getting close to being at the right point. We got 13, 16. Okay, so we could put a bet on the 13, 16 because it hasn't came up in 5 spins. All right. This is spin number 20. Currently minus 21. And 5 red comes in. 5 red is a hit. $5 coming back, so we're going to peel that one off. These other ones go up 1 unit. And let's see if we could get a hit on that last double streak. Still hasn't came up. All right, so we're going to repeat the bet. We're going to increase by 1. And looking at the other double streets, seeing if any are ready for that entry point. And they're not. Looking for 5 consecutive misses before we enter. All right, got a hit right there. We're going to peel that one off. Other 2 go up. And currently hit our low of minus 27. I think that matched our low. 34 red finally came up. Beautiful $33 win. We're going to repeat. We're going to peel this one off. Finally hit. Add 1 to this one. And let's see. We are up $6. But let's go ahead and review and see 1-4 double street. That 7-10 double street. That hasn't came up for looks like 7 spins. So we'll start there. 13 just hit. 25, 28 double street. Okay, so we got 2 bets down. And we get a 6 black. 6 black is a miss on both. So we're going to repeat the bet. We're going to add a unit. And hopefully that 1922 double street hits soon. We're almost at a max bet there. All right, we got a hit on the 7-10 double street. We're going to peel that one off. And looking at the board, it looks like this first double street, the 1-4, has not hit for a while. 7-10 just hit. 13 just hit. 25, 28. That's been a while. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw a bet right here, starting at 1. And let's spin, see what we get here. 7 came up again. That's been a hot double street, but we do not have plays, our bets placed on there. We're not chasing hot streaks. We're playing off 5 misses before we enter the progression. We are playing all these bets consecutively, but separately. So let's spin again, see if we could get a good hit right here. And we get 32 red. 32 red's a miss. And I do wonder if I keep going up, that's going to hit within 15, 20 spins. Let's stretch that out. So I know I said stop at 10. Let's stretch this out, man, because right now we are minus, what are we, minus 27. So let's add a unit on each spot, and let's adjust that max. Again, this is a testing channel. We're just testing it around, playing with ideas, seeing what works best. 7 double street hit, 13 hasn't hit for a while, so let's go ahead and add a unit there, starting that bet progression, and let's spin. So we got 4 bets down, all at different levels of the progression. Of course, you want to check out when you are in profit. 20 black comes in, and finally, so that was a good move, right? You can see, what did we have right there? We had 11 bucks right there. So if I would have peeled off, I wouldn't have got that hit. So it just hit, so I'm going to remove this one. And then the other bets go up by 1 unit. And all right, so we got 3 bets down on 3 different double streets. And we are up 21 bucks. That is new session high. And 1 red came in. Beautiful, nice $14 return. Repeat. We're going to peel this one off. And check our stats. We're up 35 bucks. All right, 35 bucks. And let's scan the board again. And it looks like, yeah, we're staying right here with these 2 double street bets. Did I increase? I'm not sure if I increased. All right, let's just spin again, see what we get here. All right, 10 black comes in, and I think that's a hot double streak. Yeah, I'm tempted to, like, typically I like to follow hot streaks, but based on the analysis, we're just, we built this progression and strategy based on that analysis. So let's see how it pans out in the long run. All right, adding a unit, and scanning the board for any misses, and it looks like we could go ahead and, no, not quite yet. Bet stay here. Spin number 30. Look at that. Double streak came up again. Maybe a good adjustment would be maybe having a mix. Maybe following the hot double streets and maybe having the cold double streets on this as well would be nice. Anyways, following the test as designed, adding a unit, scanning for another potential bet placement, and it looks like we could enter this last double street again because it's been 5 consecutive misses in a row. So now we got 3 bets down. Let's spin again. All right, we got a miss right there. All bets go up. And we're at 3 bets, 3 double streets. We did max out. We peaked out at $35 in profit. Let's see if we could get a good hit right here. $16. That's a solid hit. So we're going to peel that one off. Check our stats. We're at 26. 26. Let me just scan the board real quick. Now it looks like we could enter this first double street. It hasn't came up for a while. And I think that's about it. So let's spin again. We got 3 bets down. Again, 18 numbers covered. Again, all different betting progressions. All right. Same double street hit back to back. We're going to increase by 1 unit. And we are going to look at the board. And it looks like that's it. We gotta wait a few more spins for another entry point. All right, 32 red comes up. That's a win. $5 coming back. We're going to repeat the bet. We're going to peel that one off. And these ones go up 1 unit. So we got a $3 bet and a $9 bet. And it looks like we could enter this hot streak, or this hot double streak. All right. And I think that's it. We could add, so we have 3 bets down right here. This is spin 35. So a lot of teetering up and down. We really haven't stressed our bankroll. And we finally got a big hit on that double streak. So you could see we were at a $9 total bet. And let's check stats. New session profits at $62. Previously, we were at $35. So that was a nice, big, juicy hit. And I think that's the better strategy here. Maybe just going up to 15 levels, 20 levels, really giving it a chance to hit. With that being said, these other 2 level up. And let's scan the board again. 1316 is not good. 1922 double street is, oh, we could go in right there. So let's go ahead and add one right there on the 1922 double street. And yeah, so we got 3 bets down, $7. And we are up $62 in profit. The low we've been is 27. All right, we got back-to-back hits on that 27. These level up. And 17 hit. We're almost there for that one. And all right, let's spin again. All right, we got a hit right there. It's only $2 coming back, but we just peel that one off. And it looks like we could finally put a bet right here on the 1316 double street. And I think that's about it right now. So $9 total bet. And did I increase these? Let's increase these 1 unit. Total bet's $11. We're at $57 in profit. And 25 red comes up. And is that a hit? No, that is not. We're going to repeat the bet. We're going to level up each bet. And let's scan the board. 25, 28, 31. Okay, so we could go on this last double street because the 31 through 36 has not came up for a little bit, 6 spins. So we have a total bet of $15 down. This is spin number 40. And we got a $15 hit right there. So let's go ahead and peel that one off. Check the stats. So our high was 62. We're at 61. I'm going to finish out this session increasing 1 unit on each of the bets. And let's see if that first double street hits. And we get a 28 black. 28 black's a miss. And we go ahead and level up 1 more. And a lot of repeaters on this one. All right, there's another miss. So these all go up 1 unit. And then 710 double street just hit 1922. So that 1922 hasn't hit for a while. So let's go ahead and jump in right there. And we got 4 bets down. We're currently at 32. Our high was $62 in profit. 34 red comes up, and that's a nice hit right there. $4 coming back, so we're going to peel that one off. And let's level up on the rest of the bets. All right, beautiful $47 hit. That put us into a new session profit of $83. And let's go ahead and repeat the bet. See where we are at, and then we go ahead and take this one off. And then it looks like that 710 hasn't hit. And then these one, 1316 goes up 1, and this one goes up 1. And yeah, so we got 3 bets down, $11 total. We are at spin 44. Again, I'm giving these 45 spins. When they're really good, I'll stress test them and I'll play them longer against the full 90 spins. But this is just a test. So we got one more. So let's repeat the bet and let's add a unit to each. And let's see what we get here. So we're currently at $72. And 10 black comes up. 10 black is a partial loss. That's okay. We're going to just go ahead and wrap the video up right here. But you can see we were at an $8 bet right there. $4 bet right there. So that center dozen, looking at the board, it hasn't came up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So that was overdue. Probably going to hit relatively quick or soon. And it looks like we did end up in a session high of $83. We dipped down minus 27. I know the profit don't seem as attractive as a lot of other strategies, but the resiliency, right? The risk to reward ratio to this is relatively low. You know, meaning that you're not really risking a lot of bankroll to play this strategy. But again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. If we can make this even better, I really wanted to keep the basis and the progression relatively simple. I know I started with, okay, let's go 10 levels and then remove. I didn't stick with that because I feel like you should give it maybe a little bit more wiggle room. I gave it more wiggle room, just let's extend it out to 20, just because it wasn't really using much bankroll. You've seen a lot of those hits, they did happen before that 10 level mark. But like always, guys, we spitball ideas. We make good strategies better. If you think this one's worth it to do a different variation or different modification, let me know in the comments below. I think it worked out well. You can see most of the time, I think the lowest coverage we had at one point was 2 double streaks, which is 12 numbers, right? The most we had at one time was 4 double streets. So very, very good coverage with this strategy. But always love hearing your feedback. And of course, till next time, be cool, stay cool. Peace.